Hey everybody. My wife and I went to go visit the coolest place this weekend. It's called Riffle Farms. It's in Terra Alta, West Virginia. Liz and Jim manage 25 to 30 bison there, and they do a tour and tasting every now and then. So this weekend they did one, and we documented it. Check it out.
Hey, pups. How you doing?
That's Henry.
Henry?
Yeah.
And I know we're
How you
still
doing,
waiting
Henry?
on, I think, 1 or 2 carloads more.
Okay.
So
What's your job, Henry? Mascot?
Yeah, he's mascot.
breeder. Yeah.
Chief
he's
breeder?
Yeah,
Social committee
he
chairman?
just turned 6, so he was my first baby boy. We've had him since Jimmy and I got married. So last year was super wet. I don't know if you guys remember that or are from the area. Like, you guys are from? Remind me again.
Frederick?
Frederick, that's what it is in Maryland. Okay. So it was super wet for us last year, and then this summer it was so dry. I mean, we ran our well dry twice. So we had to have kind of a sacrifice pasture. So this is it, and you see all the hay spread because we've seeded it, and the hay is now over the seed to protect it. So just to kind of get that ground back. Lesson learned, I guess. But that's Mother Nature, you know, with any good relationship, there's always ups and downs. So unfortunately, I put a couple animals in with our bull, like in the March time frame, and they're pregnant, which is great, you know, but I'm getting winter calves.
So we just said polyestrous
Polyestrous, yeah.
as opposed to monoestrous? Or...
I guess, what is the other term? I don't know if it's monoestrous. That's a great question.
And what does it mean?
So
every
polyestrous
couple of
just
years?
means
or-
that they continue to cycle. So like monthly or bi-monthly or whenever, it depends on the animal. So, but like bison, they'll recycle every 4 weeks-ish.
That's like
So
a cow, right?
Very similar to a cow. So, but they only do it within a season typically.
Oh, okay.
So like, I don't know if you have ever heard of like the rut out in Yellowstone,
Yeah.
right? So the rut usually only occurs during that fall period, July to maybe October. So, and that's typically what our breeding season is. But unless they haven't bred in years and
Okay.
all of a sudden they're exposed to a bull, then they just cycle.
Okay.
Because they're so excited to be around a boy. So, so we'll have a few winter calves. So that's okay. So, and I'll try and point those animals out to you guys too, the ones that are extra fat right now carrying babies. So we're hoping to I think we'll get an animal in November, maybe December, maybe January too. So maybe a couple. So, but. Well, I think we have everybody. If we want to head over to the green barn pasture, I'll show you guys what we use that for. We do work the animals a couple times a year. We try not to do it any more frequently than that because they're not a lot of fun to work because they're still only semi-domesticated. So, and I'll show you the type of handling system we have to have for that fun event. So,
Will they get along well with other animals? So, like, if it was a horse or a cow, or would it be like
No.
stay clear of other animals?
they need to stay clear of them, yeah. So, no, they will gore another animal.
Okay.
Yeah, if not given enough space to get out of the way, right? So, but the problem with specifically cattle and horses is that a bison can turn on a dime, and a horse and a cow cannot. So horses and cows aren't super fast, right?
Yeah.
But horses are wicked fast. But the reason why a horse usually can't get away from a bison is because the bison can turn on it very quickly and the horse can't get out of the way. So we don't recommend pasturing them with anything, to be honest with you. So, Liz. Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, of course. I'm so glad you guys came out and made the trek this direction. I hope it was a pretty drive for you guys.
It was.
Good. And catching some of the leaves and stuff. I don't know if by you guys, if the leaves are changing yet.
Not yet. I mean,
Not really.
you're ahead of us a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Up in the-
Okay.
What's the elevation here?
We're at 2,200 feet right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
We're at 300 in Frederick.
Yeah. There you go. I know, right? Yeah. So it'll take you guys a couple more weeks, at least, maybe 3
Yeah,
weeks, right? Yeah, I would think so. So, I'll show you guys this, and I've got a couple couple grain troughs set out because the animals are not usually grain fed because they're grass fed and finished. So when you put grain out,
It's a treat for them.
yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So they'll come running. They're already prepped and ready over there waiting for us. So you get to see them.
Oh, over there.
So there they are hanging out waiting for us to do our thing. So, but this is our working chute system. You guys can take a peek at this. So, like I said, we usually only work the animals a couple times a year just for some vaccinations and some dewormer. We do an injectable dewormer. I'm trying to kind of pull back from that and do a little bit more of a holistic method, which was my hope from the beginning. But come to find out, bison in the east are a little bit different than bison in the west because it's a different climate out here. So we have a herd of mostly plains bison, right, who have bred and been living in a dry, arid climate, and their genetics are made for a dry, arid climate. And then when you bring them to a wet climate, things are a little bit different, such as intestinal parasites. So we learned that the hard way. But we figured that out, again, another lesson learned. And now we kind of do a couple different things in regards to injectable dewormers. We also do diatomaceous earth for them, and we spread that around for the flies as well. And now we're doing something with apple cider vinegar, actually. So, which is great for you too. So take a shot of apple cider vinegar every day and it'll keep the gut real good. I need to get my husband doing that more. So I'm actually, when we bring out the grain, we're gonna bring out a gallon of apple cider vinegar to put into these troughs as well, just to give it to them. So we usually put a handful of gallons into a big trough. Actually, when we go back over there, you'll see like the big tire troughs. We have a couple of those on the property for watering. What's also behind you actually is an automatic waterer, so that's what's primarily around the farm, which also helps to meter their usage of water. It gives them an adequate amount, but it meters it so that when there are instances of drought, it's less likely the well will run dry because you're not, spitting out 350 gallons at a time. It has time to seep back into that well and kind of regenerate itself. So that's been kind of helpful. So this is our squeeze chute. This is the end of the road right here for our bison. A little bit more robust than your typical cattle squeeze chute. The animal is run into here and then squeezed down. So actually this releases. So an animal can get in there. And as soon as they get in this, so we let them come in and very quickly drop this around their neck so that they no longer can move forwards or backwards. And then this comes around and squeezes them so they can no longer move side to side, okay? So that is for their safety as well as our safety. Because when you get a 1,000-pound animal next to you that doesn't want to be next to you, it's not fun for anybody. So it's not fun for them and it's not fun for us, so we try and do it short and sweet, give them their shots, and we're done. So these doors open up right here. Typically this is where we'll pop a shot into their shoulders. If we needed to give them, fly spray or something, we can do that too. This is a handy feature because most of these animals have giant horns on them. And they're very skittish too, so they don't want you near their face. And as soon as you get near their face, they're gonna start moving those horns, and it's very easy to get clipped by one of them. And this is also a great way to tag calves as well, so I can get really close to them and tag them. So it's a safety feature for them as well as a safety feature for us. And then this just pops off, and we release this, and they jump out of there. So you better get out of the way.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if the kids want to come look at this, take a peek at inside this chute. I've got it all nice and open for them. Take a peek at what that looks at. You want to come look in this chute? You can walk right in.
Get your shots.
Yeah? You can walk right in there. We'll open it up for you guys. You can take a peek at it. You'll be able to get one in front and one behind, so you can kind of prep this. As
You do them all. You do all of them. When you do something, you do it to all the animals.
We do. Yeah. That's the plan.
How much does one of those chutes cost?
So that chute weighs about 2,500 pounds, and it's about 10 grand. Yeah.
Wow.
So
For some reason, I feel like you would say more. You were gonna say more than that. Not that that's like
Yeah.
a small number
I
by
mean,
any means, but
yeah, it's
farm equipment is no
is
joke.
because it's all steel framed, and to be honest with you, this chute system is now chained into concrete. because we've had animals get into it and move it 5 to 6 inches.
Wow.
So we have learned a couple things from that as well. So it's now chained on down. And as you can see, most of our chute system is made out of wood because we're still trying to figure out what works well and what doesn't work. And at some point it will all be steel, but we're not committed yet. We haven't figured out what works, what doesn't work. And as you can see, actually, if you just step back here just a little bit, you can see how we've added about 2.5 to 3 feet up to the top because we found that animals jump over that. Yeah. So that is a little over 7 feet tall now, and I still have animals that try and jump over that. So I have, typically the young bulls will get themselves halfway over it, just because they're athletic and they're still a little bit on the thinner side. So, but yeah, I will have animals that think that that is the best route out and attempt that direction. So, yeah, so we've been making some edits from that perspective.
Standing jump, though.
Literally, I know. They are so athletic. I'm telling you, they are so athletic. Not only can they literally stand there and jump, but they will turn on a dime. I mean, they'll be not looking at you, and all of a sudden they're looking at you, and they've got you in the fence, you know. So
the average weight of them is about
1,000 pounds.
About 1,000 pounds?
Yeah. My breeder bull, when he's got all of his weight on him, is about 2,200 pounds. Right now, he's running just about a ton just because we were just through breeding season, and he was very busy. Yeah, he was very busy and got a little lean. So, but that's okay. He'll put it back on. So, yeah, they do say some of the bulls, like if you were in some bigger herds, older animals, we're looking at 2,600 pounds, some of those bulls.
Okay.
So, but our females average 1,000 pounds, and we've got a couple of them that are about 1,200 pounds. So.
You get about, like how much is the meat yield of that?
So usually we get, so 1,000-pound animal, usually I get about anywhere from 450 to 600 pounds back.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on how old they are and how much fat they have on their body, which isn't a terrible yield, to be honest with you. So especially because most of it is not fat. Most of it is nice meat, so which is great. Yeah. So we will waltz back that way and prep some of these grain troughs, and then we'll see these animals come to us. It'll be fun, and I'll have the kids. So they can usually get them little buckets. These buckets, just seal one. Yeah, if you leave those two there, perfect. Because we're gonna leave those for the kids to just put next to the gate when they come. Because the animals will come right to the gate for them.
Okay.
So.
Can I help you anymore? Is it best to just leave you alone now?
Yeah. Here, I will give you that if you want to go all the way to the end and dump it in there. Yeah. Yep. So this is the apple cider vinegar. We're just gonna kind of season the grain a little bit with it.
You don't buy special buffalo apple? That's people apple cider vinegar for the bison?
Yep. So it's actually Fleshman's is what it is.
Yeah.
Is the brand? Yeah, Fleshman's apple cider vinegar.
Do they take to it right away, or do they take
They actually, yeah, I thought that they wouldn't like it. They seem to like it. I'll put it out there even raw in a bucket because I wanted to see. I wanted to see if they really were okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come up right to the bucket and they're drinking. I was like, okay, all right. Yeah, so not a problem. I mean, I think at first when it was in the grain, they were kind of like, what is this? But yeah, I mean, like I said, we put it out there raw and they drink it. And we put it in the water now. So, but I think it's so diluted they probably can't even taste it. So, but yeah. There's really nothing specific to bison, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all basically cattle versions. So, yeah.
Well, they're eating the same things out in the wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So. Yep.
You want your bucket back?
Not like pigs, they won't knock these things over?
They do,
They do?
actually. Yeah, that's what we try not to keep them. If they are in the pasture with them, they're chained to the
Up against the
post.
side?
Yes, because what we have found, and hence why some of these don't look that great, is because not only do they step in them, but my bulls will keep rolling them until they fall apart down the hill into the other fences. Yeah, because it's a fun game. Because bison are destructive.
Yeah?
Yeah, if left unattended or bored. If they're bored, they'll find something to do. And usually, it's ruin something that you have. Yeah. So, which has been very funny to figure that out.
This
So-
fencing is electrified, I'm assuming.
It is. It's off right now. But yeah, it's unplugged. But yeah, but 2 of the wires, highly electrified. Yeah. So, and we still have animals that'll go through it.
Wow.
So if given the opportunity, the only fencing that's good for a bison is Happy Bison. So
Oh, it's a brand?
no, it's just they have to.
Oh, they
stay-
have to be happy.
Yeah,
Okay,
they have
gotcha,
to be
gotcha.
happy inside the fence. It
Understand.
doesn't matter what it is. If they want out, they're gonna get out of it.
All right.
So yeah. We just had a bull go through my double 12-foot gates down there. My bull just ran right through it. So, because he wanted to be on the other side, so he got onto the side. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I've had females actually.
There's women on the other side.
Exactly.
Oh, I enjoy it.
Luckily, we have grass, and they're not really going to go that far. So. And that was another reason why we chose this spot too, is because we're kind of up away from everybody. It's going to take them a little while to get to somebody else, and usually they're so herd bound that they're not going to go very far. So, what I've done before is I had 2 females get underneath this gate over here in the corner and go down the driveway by themselves, and they were like, "Oh, we're by ourselves. We're coming back." And so literally, I opened up this gate, and they walked back in, and I was like, "Oh, okay." That was the luckiest thing ever.
Yeah.
So they really don't like
thought
to
so,
be
yeah.
alone out of the herd. If the whole herd got out, I think we'd have a problem. But luckily, there's just been a couple here and there that have gotten out. I had one get out, and I just grabbed a grain bucket, and we walked all the way down the driveway together. And she was like, "Oh, I'm coming, you know." So that was fine. Yeah. So luckily, we haven't had big issues with it. And luckily, my bull went through a gate that went to another pasture and not out of the pasture, because he would probably take a few people with him to run through the woods. So
Now, when you got this place, this was all cleared?
yeah, most of it was.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been kind of grabbing some more pasture space that was like timbered at one point. So not really pretty trees, but kind of just crappy undergrowth and stuff. And the bison have done a really great job with the briars. They get in there, they don't care, it doesn't bother them. They've got such a big woolly coat that it's not really a big deal. So they get in there, especially in the winter. They like to bed down just all over the place. And we have a good like 7 acres of grass out there. That used to all just be crappy stuff left by the timber company. So, and we're gonna do the same thing back behind this barn. We've got about 11 acres. We're gonna do the same thing. And actually, this was timbered a long, long time ago just behind us, but we're gonna there's about 12 acres right there too we'll pasture in. So, and we're gonna try and keep a lot of the tree cover, just because that's good for the ground and for the heat and the moisture and all that good stuff. Yeah, exactly. So, but we'll, just enough so grass will grow, but I wouldn't clear it like this anymore. That wouldn't be my plan.
So the acreage you have now support your 20?
It does.
6
Yeah,
herds?
yeah. Yeah, so if we wanted to go bigger than that, I mean, we'll bring on a couple more pastures online, so we'll be able to kind of push it to maybe the 30 mark, 32 mark. Besides that, we have property in Brewston Mills that's 72 acres, so we'll just expand that way. That was the plan.
2 farms.
Yeah.
How many acres do you guys have here?
64. So yeah. So and I don't mind staying small either. You know, it's not like I need to harvest 100 animals a year or anything. So I mean, there's definitely a demand there, but there's not that kind of demand, and I'm not set up to do that. So I'd have to really buy more farms if we were looking. But well, should we let the bison out?
Yeah.
To come see us?
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's up, man?
Not much.
I'm Daniel. Mike?
Daniel?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
This is my wife, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
you. Mike.
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 And this is Steve.
What's up, Steve?
Steve.
Yeah.
Daniel
doing?
and Rachel.
Hello there.
Nice to meet you, man.
You first time up here?
Yeah.
Where do you see this bull?
Yeah. Is he in that crowd there?
His head's like this. No kidding.
When they let these
Hey,
guys.
Liz, is Elvis still like 2,000 pounds?
Yeah, he's about 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
When you let them in here, are we going to be allowed in here or no?
No, we gotta be on the other side.
I don't know if you want to. When you see this guy,
What's up, big boy? Oh my goodness.
You're like the pigs.
Well, I was telling them I had, and they came right back in. I opened up.
I'm gonna walk down that way.
I'll be back with the bison, but you're welcome to kind of
Yeah.
migration direction. Just so everybody knows too, the fence is off. It's not on right now. So it's been unplugged. So you can hang on the fence if you want to. It's all off.
Is that your house down there?
Yes. Yeah, they turned it back down there because in the winter it gets wicked windy up here. So
How?
actually the house is still spring fed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it was built in the 1800s, and they built it down there because of the spring. But it's still, I mean, we do have a well just in case, but it's still spring fed.
So when did you buy this place?
2017 April.
Oh, not long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Were there any animals on it when you bought it?
No, there was some fencing.
Yeah.
And the nice thing was the barns were here, and the watering system.
Yeah.
All here. So that kind of helped me be like, yep, this is the place. And then the nice thing too is we're kind of up out of town. We're not really next door to anybody.
Yeah.
So just in case animals do get out,
You might get in someone's
I have
property,
a little
but
bit
you're
of
not gonna.
time
Yeah.
to get them, you know. And we usually don't, like, as you can tell, the driveway is not very well marked unless that flag's down there.
Yeah. We
Because
wouldn't
I
have
don't
known.
want people coming up hanging on the fence.
No, man.
I
This
already
is-
have side-by-side traffic already.
Oh,
So,
people just
like,
coming
they
through
come
here.
up and just, hey, I just want to see the bison. I was like, hey, it's
You
not a
can't.
good
This is
idea.
my house.
Right? And like they can be very dangerous if you
Yeah.
get in there, you know. So now these animals are starting to get used to having folks come in, but I mean,
They're amazing.
a lot of them can be very, very shy.
Which
So
one's Elvis? Is it that one, Elvis?
he's right here,
Yeah, I
right
thought so.
behind me.
I
So
thought so.
you'll be able to tell when he comes by because he's the biggest boy.
So this is not like cows. So horns are boys.
So actually, they all have horns. Like there's a nice looking male right here, 495, and there's a female next to him with horns. Some of these animals came from Ohio, from a gentleman who traditionally was in the dairy business.
Yeah.
And they dehorn, and
Okay.
he chose to dehorn his females just because the females are actually the more aggressive ones.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So, and the males need their horns during breeding season to fight.
They fall off each year. like an
No, they don't.
Okay.
Nope. They're what's it called when there's blood in it? You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
it doesn't. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but
It's
okay,
like they're warm. Like if you were to touch
Gotcha.
them, they're
Wow.
warm. So, yeah. So, alrighty. So this is gonna go quick. They're gonna want to come this way.
They know there's some goodies up there.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if that's gonna. That would be lovely. Thank you. Actually.
Come on, guys. Oh man.
Go on. I know. I'm standing here. You're standing there. They're a little shy. Go on. Come on. Come on, Elvis. Come on, Florence. Good girl. So I have named a couple of them.
Named a couple, huh?
I shouldn't do that, but
They're beautiful.
there's grain up there. Go on. All right. I'll move. Come on. Come on.
Come on, guys. And Elvis is the big one right there. Oof. Oh boy.
And then when they all get through, feel free to just let that go.
Okay. How you doing, little guy? Well, they're coming now. They're getting treats. That big guy?
Males and females will have horns. The reason ours don't have is because the No, I actually got 2 more males and then a couple of smaller calves.
Okay.
Born recently. That little one right here is actually the born
Nice.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, right here, yeah.
got a real young breeding age male in there. His number 29. He's just turned like 2, maybe 3.
But to like like the males won't necessarily attack each other. It's just,
No, they have a pecking order. At least these guys, because like there's such an age difference between Elvis and the next ones down. So like Elvis is the big dude in there, and the other ones don't really challenge.
but if you had another similar size one, then maybe
Yeah,
you would have a
they
little
would.
bit of
Do other ones have names?
So this female right here that's walking away from us, 978.
Babe,
That one's kind of curved back in the middle with this little one right here. We call
That,
her Big Mama.
Okay.
Probably 12,
wait here for a second. You see the head of that monster male.
one of the
And
older.
that little guy gets out of the way.
I want to know if she sells bones. I want to make bison.
25 to 30 years of push.
And that, when that one's out of the way, you can see the head of that monster male. It's crazy.
But as far as the when their life ends here.
It's like, yeah, it's like a treat.
No, but I feel like you can't advertise grass-fed.
It's like us eating M&M's. Every now and then.
When are they really old enough to take the butcher?
I'll eat a peanut butter. No high fructose.
And then this is their hoobar. There he is. There. They bought the farm in 27. Should be fun. I'd wanted
Like, would you want? I feel like chickens are really
chickens are where there's money, that's right.
and I feel like if you piece them, but then you're, you know,
That's not D-Bull, I think that's D-Bull. That's also something. That's also a D-Bull.
but he said that not for them. Did you hear what he said that the girls and the boys will have one?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the bison, they
Yeah, she told me the same thing when I was down there. These ones aren't like, I guess they're like cow ones. It's like they're warm, there's blood in them. It's not like an antler that just falls off every year. But you can dehorn them when they're babies and they won't, the horns won't, basically take it out before it starts to grow and they won't come in.
so they have
Yeah, I was gonna ask, that's my next question, so where, like how did they start? Because I wonder what's up with that guy's got a little boo-boo there. They didn't start with 27 bulls. That big bull is something else, boy. Looks like they're all front end.
Is the hump, is that bone or fat?
There is bone in that, and they stick straight up off the vertebrae of the spine, and then they get a little fat on the outside.
Oh,
And there's,
like fingers almost.
what that is in the wintertime, especially out west, they would use their head to push the snow side to side.
Oh.
So when they get real deep snow, they'll just use their head.
Do you get a picture with the bison behind you?
Because they almost got like
Alright, show's over.
Like I was saying over here in that yeah, exactly. If they're happy, they're gonna take it. They're starting to get more and more used to us here now.
Yeah, you can tell. There's a couple of guys that like
They used to be pretty silent.
that one's Elvis.
That one, I think. That's everybody's favorite.
Hi. There's nothing in there. Sorry, buddy. Nothing in there. Look at all this burr stuff. Do you
know.
burr? So many burrs. Huh?
What's
so
up
many
there?
burrs. Look at your tongue.
Lick my salt.
So like the dog.
You what? Oh, go take a ride. Summer, we should have come in summer.
So Liz, is there meat on the horse?
No. On the whole, on the hump.
I'm sorry.
They say it's bristly, so it's not really meat. But if you were
going
to do
over there.
stuff, you could do that. So through the meat, but there's fat on the outside of it. Is what you would see. Pretty typical for bison. So, so I'm just gonna grill these up for you guys, and we'll taste test these. But I have got Bison Chili, a recipe I've been working on for a little while, so I do want your feedback on it. It's a honey chipotle chili, so let me know if it's too sweet or too spicy, or if we need to switch it. So I've been kind of making some edits, because the idea is at some point, the National Bison Association runs a conference every year, and they do a chili contest. And I would like to enter my bison chili into the contest and win. So that's why it would be good to have you guys' feedback. So
Are you gonna put spices on this?
salt, pepper, and butter.
Good, so we
That's
can
it.
taste the bites.
Yes, most
don't
definitely.
do the
And that's what I
spice.
recommend with any good meat. If you truly have good meat, it should
Right.
only need
Yeah.
salt, pepper, butter just to, fry it up and make it taste
Right,
good, get a little bit of that grill taste to
Yeah.
it, And then especially with the bison, I like a little bit of butter just because there's not a lot of fat on it, so it's a little bit more forgiving with
Yeah.
some butter on it. So, but I mean, even with with beef, I still do salt, pepper, and butter, even with good beef steak. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So we'll get these going here. So prep all that.
Oh.
So then I got cornbread too for this chili.
Nice
So-
little setup you got here.
yeah, thanks. We've been kind of playing around with it. Right now, usually I have most of the barn for all this, but we've been doing a couple projects, so I've kind of like condensed it. But like when we did our dinners,
Oh, no, this is great. We love being outside on a day like this.
oh yeah, it's like, I mean,
Yeah.
but we open up all 4 doors and
Oh,
have
I
everything
see.
inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for the dinner, like we did the roast and stuff, we had 100 people inside.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was great. It actually worked out wonderfully. So, but yeah, I got a couple projects back there right now.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. So
Is that a conduction thing?
it is, yeah.
With cast iron that works?
This is my new thing. It does. Yep. Mhm. Yep.
And it's not hot unless the pot's on it?
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. I've been playing around with it a little bit, but it's nice because it's what I can use to take places. So there we go. Yeah. So I like a cast iron skillet for any of my steaks. Like I was saying, especially for bison, I try and stay away from the grill because it's too easy to overcook it. So especially if you're not a grill master, I try and stay away from the grill for that because it's really easy to get uneven cooking and just light a steak up, and it's just not going to be forgiving for you. So I highly recommend pan frying the steaks or anything you do with bison, even burgers. So I pan fry my burgers with bison too. So, and it's the same thing with burgers, salt, pepper, and butter. They come out great. So, and then yes, obviously if you have a cast iron skillet, even better, And then this one actually has the little grill lines in this skillet, so you get the grill lines in the beef, or in the bison. So, yeah. So we'll get that going, pop some butter on it. And then we'll slice it up for you guys, kind of taste test. And then I hope you guys will tell me your thoughts on my chili. So who's had bison before? Have you guys had bison before? Yeah. All right. Who hasn't had bison before? Let me do that. Anybody? Okay. A couple people haven't had it. All right. Okay. I'll forgive you.
No, you need to convert them.
Exactly. That just means that we have bison meat virgins, right?
That's funny.
All right, so these steaks, these are a little over an inch thick, and we're gonna do about 4 minutes per side. I don't know if anybody's got a timer on them.
I got it right here.
Somebody wants to
Everybody
pop it open for me. Hit me up with 4 minutes.
Per side?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do 4 minutes, and then just tell me when 4 minutes is up, and then I'll twist them. I'm gonna sneak behind you and just dump this right in the
So the
trash.
scallop's super hot.
It is. It actually tells me it's 390 degrees.
Okay.
So I may push it up to 410. We'll see. But yeah, that's probably the reason why I like the conduction one. It tells me the temperature.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So, yeah. But we're gonna do our salt and pepper.
You
So-
said that, sorry.
Yeah.
You said they're tenderloin?
These are strip loins.
Strip loin?
Yeah, so I've got plenty of these in the freezer.
Well, good.
Here, yep. Yep. I am almost out of tenderloins though. I think I've only got 1 or 2 tenderloin steaks. So, but I've got plenty of strip loin in the freezer. So we'll let those sit for a couple minutes here. And so bison, since it's so lean, it's actually, fun fact, it's leaner than chicken. Okay. Chicken still rivals it a little bit in protein, just by a couple grams, but it is leaner than chicken. Has more protein than salmon, but I recommend cooking it to medium rare or just rare. So I eat all my steaks rare, and medium rare. Getting the smoke out of this one. Medium rare is usually what I recommend. So good girl, Vixen. Good girl. Oh, the dog behind me.
Are there any restaurants in the area
That sell it?
that you do product?
Hill and Hollow is the only one that does it around this area. And then Appalachia Grill down in Snowshoe, when he opens back up for the season, they do ground bison. They use our ground bison he does like meatballs and stuff. And he actually just put an order in for short ribs, for bison short ribs. So he's going to do that this season too. So yeah, and then we have had our bison
really
at the station down in Fayetteville,
can supply
Virginia.
local
But they're kind of, it
Like,
kind of
that's
just
really
depends on the season for them too. So yeah.
That's really cool that like local eateries
Yes.
are serving people your bison.
Exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, that's
And it's
really
nice
cool.
because the guy in Morgantown, Marion, he has it on the menu regularly. So like every time you go in there, you can either get a bison steak or a burger or liver or tongue or something. He has it on the menu regularly. What? I have not had it yet. What? I'm hesitant.
We have a cow tongue in our freezer. It's been in there for a while.
See? I know. She said it's good. Slice
Yeah.
it up, right? Yeah. So we're
You have to
I'm
eat it.
still
She
working
did
on it.
know, but, yeah,
I think
but
you gotta
eat
boil it first
with fresh
to
horseradish.
tenderize it or something.
Fresh horseradish. No. Cook it and kill it. Slice
And
it
slice
thin
it.
Cold? Is
with
it cold?
Sounds
cold
good.
horseradish. It's grated fresh in cider vinegar.
You got 1 minute left.
Okay, perfect.
Do you take the temperature? or
It's
you just
worth
do
the
4
try.
minutes?
I don't do the temperature. No, I don't like to touch it, to be honest with you. I just, at this point, it's just eyeballing. So, but I do have, I think, the internal temperature. I have, so
It's okay.
if you guys buy meat today, I'll send you home with our cooking recommendations. It's on the back of our brochure. It's $2.75 is what it is. I'm sorry, $1.45 for steaks, yeah.
Too hot.
Sorry. $2.75 is if you were doing a roast, what you would put it in. Yeah. $1.45. Yeah, is the internal
Kill
temp.
it.
Pull it off at 140.
Yeah.
For 130.
Yeah, and it's like it slice it real thin. It's just gonna look like a. Yes. It does. Yeah. And you have to have that grated horseradish. It has to be made like the day before so that cider vinegar gets into it.
Oh, so mix it with the vinegar the day before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let it set overnight. Put it in.
Yes, there you go.
All right, your time's up.
Time's up.
All the tenderloin in half? What? Time's up? Okay. I'll flip it.
Okay.
do me a favor and hit me up with another 4 minutes?
Gotcha already.
Perfect.
Smells great.
All right, Jeremy, Alex wants the tenderloins, all of them. As many as we have. I told him I only have like one. Yeah. No.
All right. No problem. You're carrying this.
Deal.
Water? Anybody?
Please.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I have water, and there's hand sanitizer at a couple of these tables. There's hand sanitizer over here. I'm sorry, I need to be
Remember, I bought all of them last time.
better about my hand sanitizer.
We should have
You remember, I bought all of them
Yes,
last time.
I do. Yes, it was great. I know. Yeah, they're big
gets to call
sellers.
the
So,
shots
but
'cause
we
he
do
gave
have. I
you
think
one
we've
and
got a
I'm
couple sticks left. So, yeah.
That's the way it works around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So the strip
What do they
loin, yeah,
know?
which is what I have cooking here, which is what we're gonna have. Yeah. So I've got a bunch of those in the
That's
freezer.
the right attitude.
Yeah.
Spike, right?
So yeah, the strip loin's great. So
Sounds true.
I
That
actually
looks amazing.
for the strip loin, if anybody, so I'm sitting here telling you how to cook it now, but if you go to our website, we've got a YouTube channel, and I have a YouTube video on how to cook the strip loin. So I'll walk you through it again if you need to walk through it again. So, but we cook strip loins a lot actually. But so fun fact again. So on the bison, there is actually on a 1,000-pound animal, there is only 7 pounds of tenderloin, and only 7 to 9 pounds of strip loin. So, because it's all right along that back area. So, and you can see how short they are compared to cows. So, yeah, so that's why. Because then the hump too, the hump takes up some of that. So there's no real good meat, unfortunately, in the hump. So they're short to begin with, and then the hump takes up a third of it, right? So then there's very little, tenderloin in there. So, but.
Hey Liz, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
is there like a bone projection on the spine that gives them that hump? I don't
Yeah, it's all
hear you
bone. Yep.
mention that to me.
Yeah, it's all bone and cartilage and tendons. Yeah.
So it's not like fat like you would see in
No,
some other.
no, it's not a fat hump. It's purely a bone to allow them to do this motion with the snow.
Okay.
So it allows them, so like out in the prairies and stuff, they would be able to dig into the snow to get to the grass.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Joe Biden's flies on the cornbread.
You what? Joe Biden, what's his name? The fly.
Now, keep it clean. We don't want to get political. You did hear me, didn't you?
How much more time do I have on that timer?
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. Perfect.
You're the only one heard. Keep quiet. I just had to say it.
Just checking my doneness on a couple of these.
What's your husband's name?
Jimmy.
Jimmy? Are you guys West Virginia natives?
So, yeah, so my brother-in-law, so Jimmy is one of 4 boys.
Okay.
And yes, they were born and raised in Grafton. So
Grafton.
just how far? Grafton's an hour from here.
Yeah,
So-
but it's only 30 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like this and this and this and this. And I think one of the turns is like 90 degrees, so up the mountain.
Hey Liz,
Yes.
you guys take cards.
Yeah, I take any form of payment that spends. Yeah. Cash, card, Venmo, Apple Pay. You give it to me and it spends.
10 seconds.
I do. I've got freezers filled with stuff. Yeah. So I actually have a whole list of stuff in my freezer right over here. So you can take a peek. But yeah, I've got burger, I got chuck roast, I got strip loins, I got bones, I think we're out of liver.
That's for you.
I've got heart, I've got tongue. Is it? So. All right, so the other important thing with steaks, and same thing with bison, is to let it sit for anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes before cutting into it, okay? So I'm actually gonna ask you, give me 1 more minute on that timer,
She needs another minute.
because I got,
Another minute.
Another minute.
I've got a spot on here that I know is little rare. We'll give that a minute. So
I don't know, can you do that?
So if I were inside, though, I'd let this sit under tin foil, but I wouldn't cut into it for a couple minutes at least. Let it kind of sit and breathe for a second. So let the juice kind of do its thing. And it technically, even though you pulled it off the heat, it's still cooking right now. So that's why it's really easy to overcook meat. So steaks, any steaks. Yeah, most definitely. That's what we do. Yep. Yep. I've had a couple folks try it in a smoker. And like now I get orders for brisket, so bison brisket in the smoker too. So I tend to be sold out of that before the animal's even sent to the butcher because people want to do it in the smoker. The thing with like a roast, usually steak, it's usually about half the time people would cook it. So like if you put a chuck roast in all day for beef, it's only going to be half the day for bison. So just because it doesn't have that fat in it. Yeah.
It smells that food too.
We do not make jerky. So, because the animal's already so lean, we did the calculation, you lose about 53% of the meat weight making it jerky. So I'd have to charge you $50 for a pound of bison jerky, or not even a half a pound of bison jerky. So and it's labor intensive too. So we've been selling it like this, so we haven't needed to do the jerky.
But have you made it and tasted it?
Not ours. Okay. No, I've had some friends do it, like in Ohio and stuff. We've tried theirs, and like they did like bison bacon too, and yeah. So I mean, it's just it's okay. It's not anything to write home with. Like if you have it like through Epic. So one of my friends actually, she's the one who gives Epic their bison. Like that's who they buy it from her. She's in Wisconsin. They cut it with bacon. That's why it tastes good.
Oh, yeah. I've had that.
So it's good. It's great, but it's not all bison. So it's cut. Yeah. Yeah.
Please give Henry something to eat.
I know, right?
Get your nose out of there.
Hey, quit it.
They're both like,
I should let that one sit a little bit longer. Where's her ball? You should give her. She usually goes for a ball or a stick. Is there a stick around? We'll give them some fat off of this too, so they'll do tricks for us. We'll make Henry roll over.
Okay. This is my wife Rachel.
He still does tricks.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sandy.
You're from Maryland, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you live here?
Morgantown.
Okay. How long does it take you to get here?
Well, like he said, I came deliberately on the back road so I could feel the leaves, and I
Yeah.
have to
It
tell
was so
you,
pretty, right?
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gorgeous. She came to fix a better night for it.
Yeah.
I see you, Henry. Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you live in
All right, so I have some
We're just
options
north
on
of
this strip loin. We'll just, I'll put it on a toothpick for you guys. I've got, it's all medium rare, but there's a couple pieces that are more rare. So just let me know if you prefer your steak more rare, and I'll grab you a piece of that. So.
Good. I'll leave that poison on the skin.
The trees are pretty good shape.
I see you, Henry.
Not in hickories. We have lake, really lake.
All right, who's gonna be my first taste tester?
We'll get it, babe.
Don't one of the kids.
All right.
We got a volunteer back here.
All right, come on up. Let's get you a piece of steak.
Bless you.
Oh, I'm gonna try. Oh, it's all right.
Bless you again.
We'll go with that. All righty, you ready? Okay, don't drop it. All right. There you go. You got it. Okay, you're welcome. All right, who's next?
I'll take one of the rare pieces.
Okay, come on up. Come this way. Give you a nice rare piece.
Thank you.
You're
Time for people to
welcome.
be shy around here.
All right.
Hey, one chuck of fat on it.
Here we go. Okay. That on it. There you go. Without a chunk of fat. Yeah. You're welcome.
I was gonna do a cheers.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's not really my steak.
That's pretty darn good.
There you go.
Liz, I need the most well-cooked one you got.
Most well cooked.
Delicious.
That
There
is
we go.
delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want it to fall off there.
Huh?
Okay.
No, we're actually
Red, less
living
red?
Cumberland, that area.
Still moving.
He's
Good,
more
isn't
like
it?
Crescent Town,
Welcome.
Cumberland. So yeah,
Yeah.
about an hour and 15 minutes or something.
As well done as I got.
Where you belong?
That's what I'm going for.
I was in a little town in the middle of New Mexico.
There we go.
Is that where you're
You're
from?
very welcome. Yeah.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah?
A little more well done, huh?
Truth? Orcott, that's the town's name?
Sorry, I don't want you to fall off
Yeah?
there, honey.
That's pretty gnarly.
What do we got? You want more well done or less well done? Or?
They have, he
Your
hasn't
thoughts?
buried there. Even though he's dead, they still haven't buried him.
I want to try and get these. I want to get these on. Actually, on.
That's
There we go.
Very good.
All right, let's get you a piece too. You ready? You don't want
Oh,
one?
you
sure?
want it.
I got a little one.
That's so
All
good.
right, all right.
I'll take her piece.
Okay. Deal.
More well done.
Okay, that one is actually well done. Yep. He wants more well done too? Or? Yep, let's do. There we go. Good, good, good.
Did you video her?
More well done, less well done.
Much as that good.
More well done for me, and then I'll do one more for my husband.
Let's do a little bit more well done on this one. And he said a less well done, yeah?
The longer you let it go, and the more stuff you gotta go through.
True.
There you go. Yeah. All right.
Videos online.
More well done. I made
Oh, is that on the
What does she
couch,
put in it?
one. I need to cut a couple more of those pieces.
But she cooks them.
Yeah, they're well done. More well done?
Nah, medium or rare.
She cooks them first, but she has certain things that she puts in there.
Totally.
I think.
Yeah, what
I'm
does he
not
want, you
sure.
think?
Steve, rare, medium rare? Rare or medium rare?
Strains everything and goes back in.
Wait, she puts it down more after she strains it?
Medium rare?
Takes,
A little
I
more
think she
medium
takes
rare. Let's
the
do.
seasoning
Let
out
me
and
actually
then
slice it.
she goes back in and puts some in. I think. I'm not really sure. I may have hers mixed up with it. Hers is really good. I may have mixed up with mine. It's really
Yes, you
tasty. I
can.
just follow
Let me
the
get
rule.
you one, huh?
Or just throw whatever. Anytime we cut up whatever, it goes in a bag in the freezer, and then that's what goes in the broth that week.
That one? I know, it's drippy,
I
huh?
like broth.
They're just gonna come lick your fingers afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I do with my all the garden vegetables.
Yeah.
I don't let yours waste. I take the vegetable broth and freeze it.
Yeah.
I think she
Take a bite. Yeah. I know. I told him before we left here, I got too much in the fridge. I need to can some of it because
It's in the,
I've got a backlog.
So they got the prices in there,
But you know, with the broth, whatever you cook, excuse me, for the broth. I made
Yeah,
a
and
tomato-
whatever, almost any dish. Just
Yeah.
splash some broth in there.
I
Oh
made
yeah.
a tomato
Yeah.
casserole today because, with the tomatoes. And I used the broth to soak water.
Tomato casserole.
Yeah, we never had it.
I've never had a tomato
I just
casserole.
make stuff up what's
Yeah.
in my garden because I'm a firm believer that broth and tomatoes keep me healthy. I don't take any medication. I'm pretty
Neither do
old
we.
too.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Was it Jewish penicillin?
Yeah.
all right, I got more pieces over here, guys.
That one's really good. Just I used chopped tomatoes and chop them up, and I put them in stone, something that's stoneware, you know. And then I just roast salt and pepper and leave them in there and juice them, cook them. And then I take. There's going to be something I'm going to put in whatever's in my cabinet to thicken it. Not a lot. You don't want to really loose casserole. Okay. Just throw it in the oven.
Short ribs, top
One
sirloin,
thing I'll do
strip
is a
loin,
lot if I have oat
tenderloin.
Off there's extra.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
and just mix it.
There we go. More rare. You're welcome.
Yeah, we canned tomatoes for the first time this year, and that was so much work.
Whole tomatoes.
We
We
did
did
halves
some
and then
whole.
we did dice.
Actually, yes, we did halves and we did some dice. It was like
You don't have to dice it.
our
Next time you
feet.
do
Our
it.
No, we
feet
don't.
were tired by the end
No,
of
we
the day.
don't. That was a
We didn't
mistake.
know.
Yeah, all you gotta do is you slip the skins, right? After you do that, just don't do any of this. Put it in the jar. And you,
Can I get you another
We'll
one?
take. We'll
Sure.
definitely take another one.
Thank you so much.
Yep, yep.
So this is the strip,
Thank you.
Strip line.
and compared to the
very good, Liz. Very good.
Tenderloin?
Tenderloin? Yep.
This one, are they the same? Or is one better?
So yeah, so the tenderloin's better. Tenderloin is like bison filet mignon, so it's just it literally will melt in your mouth. It doesn't have any of that fat on the side of it, so and it's not as thick. It just doesn't. It's such a soft piece of meat.
Okay.
And even if you wanted to cut it 1.5 inches thick, you couldn't.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, literally.
Well, thank you, Liz.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
I got this for you.
Thanks, babe.
Dribbled on my hand.
Oh.
Oh, that's naughty. That is naughty.
Henry.
That's
Henry,
naughty.
I don't want you to feel left out. That was quick.
That's naughty.
That was quick.
Yeah. Hey.
No, you can't have it, Hannah. It's mine. Thank you.
You got it?
One of the dogs got one, yeah.
I ain't got nothing.
He's like, hold it up.
They're following, I guess that's happened before. It's extreme.
Over there, we're gonna do about 11 acres back there. That'll allow us to do about 30 animals, and we've got about 26 right now, so it's not like that's gonna make a huge difference. It'll just prevent us from feeding hay as frequently as we have, just because we had the drought this year. It was super rainy last year. You know, I've been playing games from that perspective. So we really want to cut our hay down to only feeding it maybe 4 months out of the year. Right now, this year we only got 3 months without hay, and like last year was maybe 5 months. So, but yeah, so that's going to allow us to decrease our operation costs. Just by opening up the pasture and not necessarily having a lot more animals. At some point, we've got property out in Brewston Mills, so we'll expand out there. There's 70 acres out there.
Now, you have to like treat the soil and stuff to make.
We try not to. We will lime this year, though. Yeah. So this will be the first year we lime. Yeah.
That should get rid of a lot of it.
Most of it, yeah. Yeah. To be honest with you, oh, you're all right. I know. Oh my God.
Kenzie.
Oh my god. He wants a belly rub.
Yeah. So the key is more operation ever certified, and that's the humane organization that does Whole Foods. So
they keep track of
they came up
how
and
you-
certified us.
how you harvest the animals,
How we treat them,
yeah.
what they're
So you'll be
fed.
the first one globally
We will be the first one globally for bison.
as far as
Yeah.
humane,
Yeah.
I guess rearing and
Yeah,
and
humane
harvesting.
harvesting is that. I mean, there are other farms, yes, that technically do that
What
type
is the
of
most
stuff. But
humane? Is it a gunshot or?
yep, a
is it-
gunshot, and what we like to do, and we're gonna try and do more of, is the field harvesting. So the nice thing about bison is it's technically an exotic species, so we can still do the field harvesting, and it doesn't have to go through a
What does that
slaughter.
entail?
Oh, that's awesome.
Shot.
But
Oh,
he
just
was
shoot
I
it
mean,
out in the
literally,
pasture?
he said a
we
USDA
put
guy
a
has
couple
to come
animals
out
out.
and inspect them
Every,
when they do
if you want to get the USDA stamp, but you
Of
don't
course
have
you
to.
can.
It's
I think
just-
Jeremy's sitting over there.
it's not
He'll
a-
get you
it's
one.
It's still an exotic animal.
Within 30
Also in
yards.
different categories.
A
And
shot
chicken.
that takes them down in one shot. So, I mean, yes, sometimes it may not take them down in one shot, but you have to be able to shoot a second time before they go very far. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. So, but like when we harvested the bull this first time, he actually missed him, and then he put him down in the one shot.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, but he actually, we did it out here in this green barn pasture. He did it from the gate. Sat there with his. Yeah, I forget what it was. I'd have to ask Jeremy what he put him down with. But clean shot in a story.
Did Jim do it?
Huh?
Did Jim do it?
No, it was Marion from Hill and Hollow.
You brought someone out
He
to do
did
it?
it. He did it himself. He brought his own gun up. He's a hunter anyways, so he.
Oh,
felt
he and he prepared it. He did everything.
Oh, he did the whole
Oh,
thing.
okay,
He
okay,
shot
okay.
it. He
You brought him out
prepared
here.
it. I mean, a group of us, we prepared the meat. But yeah, Marion did the whole thing. It was great. Yeah.
So you skinned it out and gutted it out.
Yep,
and all
we did it
that.
the day before. We skinned it out as a
Right
group.
here on Cider.
Yep, underneath that tree right there. So we had a group of it was almost 12, I think it was 10 or 12 people, came out, helped us skin them, eviscerate them, rub salt and pepper all over the carcass. So yeah, and then we let it hang for the evening.
Now,
And
do
then
they do anything like with stomach or intestines, or
So
do
I
they
guess
just
you could if you.
feed for other animals?
Yeah,
or-
if you could do it for dog food, but it has to be processed appropriately because of the inside, like the inside.
Parasites
Exactly.
and all that stuff.
So we didn't do that with the intestines, but we did pull the heart out. We pulled out the liver. We pulled out the. We did the kidneys,
So
the tongue.
you just leave the entrails for
Yeah.
like the coyotes?
Yeah,
and stuff?
that's what we do. At the very other end of the property, we'll dump it. Yeah, and the blood, like, because the blood will collect. We were gonna do blood sausage, but that's quite a process, and it was hot outside, and we just it
It's
was
like
a
a fine
timing
line
thing.
between.
Yeah, between when it needs to go in the refrigerator and when it doesn't. Yeah, so it ended up just going out, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have happy coyotes.
Right.
You know, I went, I had to take a load of meat up into Cincinnati with cow can dog food.
Okay.
Make dog food. And I started to go in the door, and they said, "You can't come in here." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You're just making dog food." I had to put things on my feet.
Oh
I
yeah.
had to wear a white coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put hair
Oh well,
on.
that's how the slaughter facilities are. Technically, even the little ones around here, you're not supposed to go in there without any of that type of equipment. So the nice thing that we do, like, cause when I bring an animal to the slaughter facility, I want to see it hang. I want to hear that shot go off, and I want to see it hang. So I go in, cause I want to make damn sure that it's bison.
But I went.
Yeah.
I used to
So I mean, now we know who our butcher is, so it's been fine,
Right.
But if I'm going to another butcher, I'm walking into your facility and I'm going to see that animal hang. So, but you have to see that.
Because they may pull the old switcheroo on you.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You
I
know,
used to
bison's
hold
worth a lot of money. You know,
Yeah.
if they'd switch the carcass out to do something else,
It's like at least 2 times the price.
at
of-
least.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. But yeah, most of the slaughter
I
facilities
used
do all
to
that
haul
stuff.
swinging beef out of Texas.
Ah,
He drove
In
trucks
Kansas,
for
no.
what, 20
There
something
you
years,
go.
30
20
years.
some years I've
Yeah.
been on the road. But you didn't slaughter houses.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They stuff all over the food.
Really?
They'd hang them up and throw them in the
Yeah.
truck.
yeah,
And first
Yeah.
load I hauled, I was only like 20 years old.
Yeah.
I only weighed 120 pounds. And
those
this meat
carcasses
weighed
weigh
about
more than you
200
do.
pounds.
Exactly. The half carcass weighs more than
And I
that. Yeah.
pulled into this owner day.
Yeah.
This guy, you got to
So what are
unload
you, 40 minutes
You
away
got to
from
be
the
out of your
bed
mind.
breakfast?
That's how
Army
we
guys
drive
come on
around.
over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just drive. But you
Yeah,
unload it.
you unload it.
Now, when
yeah.
Maybe half an
it
hour.
gets to the point where you harvest Elvis,
Yeah.
how much consumable meat will you get from him?
All of
800 pounds?
all of it's consumable. He will be so he's 2,000 pounds, so he'll be anywhere from 800 to 1,200 pounds of meat. It depends.
So when you dress him out, he's what, about 1,600 pounds or
at least
something
yeah.
like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's big.
Yeah. 1,600. That's probably 1,600
Yeah.
is probably the key. Yeah, on that. Yeah, but the thing is, once they start getting older, some of those cuts are no longer good. The tenderloin and strip loin's always good on the animal because it's just not used. So it's just not a muscle they use. But he'll be mostly burger. The
Really?
brisket may not even be good on him.
Really?
Whatever. Burger's good.
I mean, if somebody, what was that?
Burger's good.
Good.
Yeah, that stuff I
It's
got.
a lot of burger.
I know it is exactly, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Make
mind
money on burger.
You know, I just can't do a bunch of fancy top sirloin roast or whatever. You know, it's not tender
It's
at that
not
point.
good for marketing and advertising.
No. And like a lot, I mean, we'll still do ribs and stuff off
Yeah.
of an animal like that. But as far as like starting to get the briskets and like the chuck roast, and it's that's iffy.
His money was made in the calving.
Exactly. That's what I figure. You know,
Yeah.
that's fine. He'll be a lot of good burger, and then he's gonna be a big shoulder mount for me above my fireplace. So yeah. But I mean, as long as I keep getting calves out of him, we'll let him do that for
Keep
another
rocking
6
and rolling,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
How
so
old is he now?
6.5.
6.5?
Yeah.
Oh, he got a long
So-
way to go. yet.
Yeah, he's got some time. So, I mean, some people at this point, like once they start to reach the age of 10, they would sometimes sell them to another farm. But he's mine. He was one of our first. We call them. I don't know if you guys were up here. We call them the Sacred Seven. You know, when we had the first 7 animals we had up
okay.
here.
No, I didn't
He's
hear
one of
that
the first
before.
7 animals I had up here. I can't get rid of him. You know.
So you got him and 6 cows?
Yes.
Or did you?
Yeah. So he was the first bull. He was the only man around for a long time.
Yeah.
And
So
you got,
he'll have a place here with us for forever.
you got that from that place in Ohio?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. Yeah. So they were semi-local, willing to sell,
Yeah.
and had some good grass-fed animals. Because the other thing I don't want to do is bring an animal that's grain-fed to a grass-fed operation. They would struggle.
Yeah.
So, so that was.
But they have a different type of operation up there. Do they raise them strictly to sell them?
He does,
there's-
yeah.
okay.
He raises them. I mean, he does process his and does a couple farmers markets, but
Right.
yeah, he primarily makes his money selling the animals live.
Okay.
So, and like we have some people come up to us, be like, "Hey, do you sell live animals?" And I was like, "No, I don't."
How hard is it to like to? How much can you expect to pay for a bull?
So typically, it depends on the market season. An animal's anywhere from $2.25 to $5 a pound live weight. So
Wow.
if you have a 1,000-pound animal, right, that's easy math, right? It's a 5,000, roughly $5,000 animal. So Elvis, we bought him little. We bought him when he was like maybe 3, because he was a $6,000 animal when he was 3, right?
Wow.
So now, I mean, we're talking over 10 grand.
How about cows?
Same thing. Cows are the same thing.
Same
It's just
price.
the live weight price. Yeah, but it's anywhere between, like I said, $2.25 to $5 a pound, right? So it fluctuates based on, is it a heifer, is it a cow, is it a breeding bull, is it a cull bull,
Yeah.
things like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and then we bought animals from Canada, actually. We had them brought in, and they trucked them down from Alberta for us, in the middle of nowhere, Alberta. Those are $5 a pound live weight.
Okay.
So, but that included the trucking fee. So.
Oh wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. So, but yeah, so we have a handful of animals from Canada.
Okay.
So,
How many calves does a cow have to have, or heifer have to have, before they're called a cow?
so technically a heifer is an animal that has never had a calf.
Right.
Yeah, and then it's just, after one, it's
Just
now
one?
a cow.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
But that's
I
with
thought with
cow-
cows it
with
was more than
cows,
one.
It's more than one though.
Is it?
I thought so.
I mean, as far as the bison, that's what they keep, when
One?
we go to buy them, if they've had a calf, it's a cow.
I don't know. Have you heard of Joe Felton?
Yeah.
Palisades Farm. You know. So he's got a farm in
Yeah.
Shenandoah Valley, and
She's gonna give them the whole spiel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
he does, like,
gonna give
I love the back of your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Good. I sell them. I don't
Do-
have
do
any
you
more
sell
though. I don't
t-shirts?
have, we have t-shirts, yeah.
Okay.
I have.
You would buy a T-shirt.
Yeah, I can bring some out. I'll show them to you. Are you gonna grab those?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we've got t-shirts. I am gonna put an order in, which I needed to do because it's fall now, and
You're late.
I am late on it. So, but yeah,
sold some
we
today.
sell the heck out of these. That's why I don't have any more of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get them. I mean, we sell them all through the summer. So this is our nice little hashtag. Do farm stuff. That's what I've been trying to
I like
put on
it.
all of our stuff. Yeah. So.
it won't show any of the
Yeah,
little,
it's caught the attention of quite a few people, which is nice. So they're like, "Oh,
You
I
guys
want
do it
that
on
shirt."
Instagram?
You know? Yep,
Yeah.
yep, we do Instagram. Yep, Riffle Farms 5160 is what it is on Instagram. So, yeah.
I watched your video. I'm gonna try to put a video together
My
of today.
video. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Your most
yeah.
recent video, I watched it. Yeah.
Totally.
I liked it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm trying to get more of that stuff up. I was on a roll for a little while, and then I had a baby.
How old is that baby?
He's 10 months.
10 months?
Yeah, so we're just starting to get to the point where I'm sleeping at night, have a little bit more time to do stuff, and now I can kind of refocus some business things. So, but I feel like I took like a 6-month sabbatical for a little while. It was, it was lovely and nice, and they're only little ones, So, but it's all time consuming.
How long have you and Jim been married?
6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And so this is like a retirement for him?
Yeah, that's
That
exactly
kind of
what
what
it is. Yeah.
I was talking to a local farmer friend of ours, and I thought about that. I'm like, maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're gonna just retire to the farm.
Right.
Yeah,
You know, then
It
because
was
we want to
great.
do more and more and
Care
more
if I
farm
give
things.
that time to the chief?
Oh, he can have whatever.
You ready?
Well, I guess technically not chicken. I think he's allergic to it.
Oh, yeah.
He's allergic to
Corn, I think just shitty food. That's what it is, like
We all
shitty
eat
dog
shitty
food.
food, so
Is what it is. He's allergic to shitty dog food.
Can you
which
sit?
is
Do you know
good.
how to sit?
He does. He'll give you your
No,
paw.
I
He'll
don't want
lay
your paw.
down.
It's like I don't want to touch you. I just want to look at you.
Yeah, I mean I grew up with horses, so I always knew I was like Vixen.
So we're reading the menu now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
of
he
course.
wants to get some grub.
Yeah. Jeremy is gonna hook you guys up.
If
Don't
you don't
worry.
sit, I'm not gonna give it to you.
She's not as good at. We did a lot of training with him. I did not so much training with her.
Yeah.
I know, but I like your sweatshirt because I like that color. Do you guys sell them on your website?
We do. I'm gonna be putting a pre-order in hopefully in another couple weeks.
Do you
So we'll come meet you guys. Steve's interested.
Well, you're too late for fall. You gotta get ready to get ready for spring.
I like what the breakfast say.
Yeah, that's
No,
our
I'm
hash.
good.
So,
Take a piece of cake.
Cake?
Yeah. Chocolate or vanilla?
yeah,
Chocolate
I
will
I'll go with
Yeah,
chocolate.
sure.
Chocolate? You want some cake?
So I've got a
Is it someone's
Chocolate
birthday?
or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Whose
Vanilla.
birthday is it?
2 chocolate and 1 vanilla. Nobody.
another order.
Huh?
I already had
Nobody.
Nobody's.
You know, I'm just making up
Yeah. I like it.
I'm
No,
living
that
like
sounds good.
vicariously through.
No, I love it. And then if we do it though, are you gonna bring chili?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should do it
We
in the
would
summer.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's a great idea actually, because that'd be fun and gets more people like involved, and then the ticket price goes way down then too, because like our tickets for the bison roast were like $75. So. Yeah,
Yeah.
so so not everybody. Well, actually, no, those were 60. The other one was $75. But so sometimes that's when you're buying 2 tickets or when you want to buy 4, like that can be a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I had to make it worth all the bison meat and then worth the chef's
person that's
time
coming,
and yeah. But I love the chili cook-off idea.
Yeah.
So
Do it.
let's close this out real quick. So
Yeah.
this is a tour and tasting,
Yes, it is.
right? This
Tour
is
and
Liz with Riffle Farms, everybody. This is a tour and tasting. And how much are the tickets for the tour and tasting?
farm
stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
How much are the
$10.
tickets? $10?
$10 a person. If you're under 10, it's free though.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
sweet.
And the next tour is
November 6th.
November 6th.
Is the next tour and
November
the last
6th.
tour for 2020. So
right.
yeah.
And you get to see Elvis
Yes.
and eat some delicious strip steaks and some homemade chili.
Yes.
It's good.
Chili.
Come check it out.
And
Yeah.
you might even get to get drooled on.
By a
Henry
big brown dog.
Yes.
Henry.
That's
All
a
right.
specialty.
Thank you so much, Liz.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you guys for
Be
coming
safe.
out.
Thank you.
So
It was nice to meet you.
awesome.
We'll
So,
wait for Jeremy.
I'm sorry I couldn't. Yeah.
Enjoy your
have to
night.
entertain us. We-
Put your baby to bed.
Yeah.
Do that. Enjoy. Usually there's a magnificent sunset, but the damn clouds came by.
Yeah, sorry.
So
It's okay.
But you should go
No
stand
worries.
right there.
Maybe we'll have another glass of wine and sit by the
good.
fire.
Too many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight. I see you broken and beat, had pulled down.
Hey, everybody. They had a tour and tasting coming up and to go visit Terra Alta. And we got to see their animals and get a taste of some of their beef. Bison. Ah. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today,